Capture the objective.
What the fuck?
Securing Charlie.
Oh, get shanked, bitch! Oh man, what's up, guys? It's Brutal Creation here. Speaking of shanks, this is my second commentary, and somebody said, "Hey, Brutal, why don't you talk about being in a prison riot?" Okay. Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't go to prison for some fucking murder or rapist, chomo bullshit. It's a long story. Maybe I'll get into it into another commentary, but it's actually quite interesting, and it deals with you being a lot of drugs. I went through a bad marriage, blah blah blah. You know, did the wrong things. I didn't hit my wife or nothing. I divorced her. I went on a real bad drinking binge, and one day I woke up in jail. But besides the point, I share stories and shit and talk stuff, and I am older, you know, I'm 33 now, and, you know, most people probably listen to this, if you're listening, you're, you know, youngsters and stuff like that, but, I was telling one of my buddies the other day, and, this guy right here commented on, my post, because I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about next, and, he's like, "Brutal, talk about the riot." And I was like, okay. And I just shanked that dude when the beginning of the commentary, and I guess I started out like that. Wow. Prison. Don't ever go there, I'll fucking tell you that much. The thing I could say about prison is that when a riot's gonna happen, you ever known, like, you're in trouble or your parents are really quiet, and you could just feel like the tension is in the air, or something's going on at your workplace if you're working, and you could just tell somebody's up to something and nobody's really talking? That's what being in a riot is. That's what actually when you know there's going to be a riot. Well, what I was doing right before it happened, I was actually tattooing this dude's spinal cord. And I was sitting there tattooing and stuff, and all of a sudden, you know, somebody comes up, and I was in dorm living, and there's actually 118 bunks in the dorm. It's like a giant gym, and it's an open space. This is not cell living, so you cannot not run. You know, you're gonna be in the fucking riot. So anyways, I'm sitting there tattooing this dude. I'm in another dorm where I'm not supposed to be tattooing, and somebody comes up and goes, "Hey, Sykes," you know, my nickname in prison was Sykes, you know, Psycho, whatever, because I was kind of loony, and I drew all this crazy stuff, so they're like, "Oh man, your drawings are psycho, man, and you're fucking crazy, so, ooh, check out that tomahawk." Ooh. Anyways, I'm tattooing on this dude, and the guy, one of my bros comes up, because he knew I was tatting, and, I knew that previously there was a small fight riot up on the other lifer yard, and I did do time. I did 4 years, and that was at San Quentin. So I'm sitting there tattooing and stuff, and he's like, "Hey, Sykes," he's like, "Man, you need to get the fuck out here, bro, man." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Don't you see, dude? Everybody's on the yard." And I'm sitting on this bucket, you know, tattooing this dude's back, and I stand up and I look all around this dorm living, and there's just like 2 or 3, you know, black dudes just sitting on their bunks, and the riots were between the northerners and the whites from Northern California. And I look around, and there's not one white dude besides me and the guy I'm tattooing on, and the other guy that's keeping, you know, point for me. Point is watch out for the cops. And I looked around, and my heart sunk. He's like, "You need to get out on the fucking yard." And I'm like, oh shit. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, oh my god, dude, I never been through this before, and it honestly scared the hell out of me. And so I'm sitting there, and I walk outside after I tie my tattoo gun, which is connected to, an adapter, it's homemade. I tied it around my waist and walk into the next building, and I'm in the next building, and I made it through the people that we were supposed to fight, because I used to do drawings for them at the time until this shit happened. And I'm sitting there, and and I'm putting my boots on, and there's this dude, next to me. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing in here?" I'm like, "I'm getting my fucking boots on, homie." I'm like, "Calm down." And then we're all over there and blah blah blah, and I'm sitting there on my bunk later on, and this dude, he's about 2 bunks over from me, and he's next to, and this is the guy that had actually started the riot, or it was over fucking dope, in prison, $300 dope debt. This dude jumps off, the northerner jumped off the bunk and fucking grabs this dude, and he literally tries to fucking slice this dude's neck. And whenever somebody's ever tried to get you in a chokehold, you know how you bring your neck down? Well, this dude did that, and the guy had missed his neck and slit this guy from his chin to his ear. And my heart sunk, and it's really something to see when you've been, I've been through, I've seen, really bad car accidents, and people, laying torn in half on the road and shit like that, because I do a lot of driving jobs, but just the fact to see that kind of brutality, when you're right there, and realizing you're gonna be a part of it, it's making me speechless right now. And one of the things I can say is, if you're fucking doing dumb shit, or whatever you're doing, it's on you. You make your decisions. I made one wrong decision, and I did 4 years of my life. It's 4 years of my mid-20s I will never get back. And I'll never, say, "Oh, I wish it never happened to me," but I'm glad it happened to me, because it made me a better person, and it's the decisions that I made to learn from this experience and not fucking be that guy that goes back in. I discharged parole, I got a job, I got a new car, I did everything I could to learn from this. And prison is not fun, jail's not fun. It's cool if you're doing what you're doing, even if it is bad, but when you start affecting other people's lives, that's when things are what you shouldn't be doing. So, for all I could say other than that is, just think about maybe what you're doing right now, and you won't have to see something like that later on in your life, or be the one that's happening to, because I'm sure you guys like having no scars on your face, and I'd like to thank you for listening, and I'll catch you later. And just like normal, leave a comment if you want me to talk more about this, or how I got to prison, blah blah blah. Feel free to leave a comment, send me a message, and I will see you later. Peace out.